Welcome to episode 1044. Fred Smith, first in the world in overnight delivery. This is an outline of episode 1044, most famous sea paper and the origin of the idea of FedEx.
I was a student at Yale and wrote a paper about the computerized society that was on the horizon. It was the big computers around that the world was going to change, and the paper was about how this was going to change a lot of things, and in particular it was going to change the way things had to be distributed and moved to support those automated devices. Didn't get a particularly good grade on it, as I recall. Well, I don't really remember exactly, but at one time in an interview like this, I said, I guess I got my usual gentlemanly C, and so that just sort of stuck. But
he was born in Knox, Mississippi in 1944 to a very wealthy family who owned a chain of restaurants. He had a miserable childhood. His father died when he was 4 years old, and he suffered from a bone disease until the age of 10. In 1966, at the age of 22, he earned a bachelor's degree in economics from Yale University. Fighting in Vietnam for 4.5 years.
I graduated in 1966 from Yale. Like a great percentage of my classmates at that time, I went into the service in the Marine Corps. The Vietnam War had begun in earnest, and spent 4.5 years in the Marine Corps, and then sort of crystallized the idea for...
He inherited $4 million from his father, which he used as the seed money for Federal Express.
At the age of 26, he bought the controlling interest in Arc Aviation Sales, which was an aircraft maintenance company. He then shifted the focus of the company to trading used jets. That same year, Smith founded Federal Express and achieved his longtime dream of owning a package delivery company.
Federal Express was started in 1971. In 1973, he made the first delivery. Now, the biggest gamble.
Time, but all the investments dwindled rapidly, with expenses increasing as fuel prices continued to rise. At one point, the company was losing $1 million a month. The company was on the brink of bankruptcy with only $5,000 in the bank and jumped on a flight to Las Vegas. Smith spent the weekend at the high-stakes blackjack table, gambling with the company's last $5,000. Many hands later, he turned that $5,000 into $27,000.
Federal Express becoming a global company.
Federal Express grew rapidly and was servicing over 100 American cities by 1980. During the 80s, Federal Express experienced 40% compounded growth annually. In 1983, sales topped $1 billion for the first time. It was the first company in U.S. history to achieve this milestone within the first 10 years of launching.
In 2021, Fred Smith holds the world record as the longest CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Stock price of Federal Express actually doing very well during the pandemic, more than double. Now, the two secrets of his success.
Today we have to put augmented crews on the airplane when you go over a certain time, 8 hours. My guess is 5 years from now, the supernumerary, this extra pilot, won't be in the plane. He or she will be on the ground. And then 5 years or 10 years after that, there may be only one pilot in there. So the productivity of the pilot will go up, the compensation of that pilot will go up because...
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Fred Smith, 10 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.